Hello and welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be looking at the Skoda T25 today, and we did end up getting the 3 mark on this vehicle. We're going to be on Prokhorovka, and yeah, man, this is going to be a really good game, guys. We're going to fast forward through this one. This isn't the 3 mark game. The second video I'm going to show you, the second replay, will be the 3 mark game, but I had to show you guys this game on Prokhorovka just to show you that past the sticking point game, right? We got a mastery on this vehicle on this map, and it was really very simple. We're just kind of outplaying people that don't have good view range, right, at tier 6, and this is kind of what you can do with a vehicle like this. If you have it pretty decked out, and I think I have like 450 view range on this vehicle, this is how I play it, guys. I actually come up here and I play as a light tank. You can see we're kind of lacking a light tank here, and this is how I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to load the HE shells. Watch what I do here. I learned this from skill. You can shoot the very left side of this tree, like just left of it on the ground, and the tree will knock down for you like so. And then you can sit up in here much more comfortably, I'm going to say, because it gives you a lot more foliage, right? So we're going to poke up, we spot the Shinukai, and here we go, guys. Like, this is the exact position I need to be in order to get past the sticking point and 3 mark this vehicle. Look at this, man. This is exactly what we want to see. We're getting all the spotting damage. We're getting the damage, obviously. This guy couldn't even spot me. Actually, he did spot me from right there. But I'm telling you guys, it is insane. We unfortunately didn't get the spotting on the Type T34, but it is insane that you can hit people from this distance and not get lit. It's just because they don't have the view range, right? People don't know how important view range is, and they're trying to run up in these bushes, and they probably sort of understand how concealment works, but they don't know how vital view range can be, I suppose. So they're coming up in this area. We've already got over 1,000 combined here, and yeah, this game is just going to get better and better. One thing to note is, at higher tiers, what you're going to get is a lot of people that are going to be hold down on this ridge line. This play becomes very risky when that's the case, because if you get lit here, even if you back down like all the way to here, you're still going to get whacked by, you know, enemy heavy tanks or tank destroyers, whatever, that sit in this area. So I don't really recommend this play at higher tiers. However, I noticed that no one has been lit here. We don't really have a light tank either. Like, we have a light tank, right? We have an AMX ELC. I knew this, but he's over here, so I knew that I was going to end up having to spot this area of the map. Also, their Chaffee is very passive. He doesn't end up running down here to spot until about halfway through the game at least. But again, I want to emphasize, guys, be very careful making this play and try not to get lit if you're going to have people, enemy tanks, on this ridgeline, because again, it's very common to get hold down heavy tanks, anything, man, like Emils, whatever the hell, man, sitting on this line. So please do not get mad at me if you get wrecked up here. This is why I'm saying this to you, from someone in this area, if you try and make a play like this, because it's not going to work like this every single time, right? But at lower tiers, it seems to work fine, just because people aren't that great at really understanding how powerful of a position it is to take the mid, sort of, right, and to work that ridge line. And even then, at tier 6, you don't have a lot of like strong hold down tanks, if any, right? Like, even the VK can be penned in the turret and stuff like that. So it's just something else to note, right? You really don't have powerful turrets at tier 6. Maybe a couple, but just not a lot by any means. So we're sitting here still. We get one more person spotted in this area, and yeah, we're getting all the spotting and we're getting all the damage, guys. And this is what I need. We're now at just about 2,000 combined, and obviously, I always say this in all my 3 mark videos, but this is not the current score on the 3 mark. This is adding to what it is currently right now. So currently I am just over 95% on this vehicle. 95.07% to be exact is where we stopped, and it's showing that we're up, you know, 0.1%, and it's not the case, guys. You know, obviously it's not taking live data, so always just remember that when you are ever watching someone who's 3-marking a vehicle in a video that they're now posting later, not like on a live, you know, Twitch stream or something like that. So always want to note that. And yeah, we're going to start fast forwarding through this, guys. It's a good game, and I want to show you the whole game, but I want to show you the 3-mark game as well. And this just becomes a stomp, man. Like, these guys are just going to keep pushing in. You'll see, we're on like 8 times speed. Here comes the Chaffee. We're able to wreck the Chaffee. We get the spotting, we get the damage, and we're going to move up again, and we're just going to stay here. We're going really quick now. Again, we spot the Shinu here. People clean up the Shinu. We're still, you know, hanging out. I told people just be patient, be patient, be patient, wait. T78 kind of gets lit here by Pollock, I believe. We clean him up, and now we're going to push into this team. So we're going really fast, guys. Get into this area. We're going to smack the Wolverine a couple times. We do get hit by the Nashorn here, but it's good that he actually hit me because now I know where his location is exactly. I know he's going to be sitting like right in this area. And Gorilla gets spotted. We're smacking the Gorilla. We're also spotting the Gorilla. Nashorn appears. We're getting a couple shots into the Nashorn. We're pushing here. We're using these buildings as cover initially and running right through them so that Wolverine couldn't get an initial shot. VK is hitting me from right here, but it's not really changing much. We're still alive. I'm going to YOLO in here. We're going to hit the Wolverine. 1, 2, and now we're going to go on reload. I'm going to try and see if I can find a shot into the VK. Not happening because he is dead. And now we're going to push over the hill here, guys. You know, speeding ahead. M10 appears. I try and take a shot at this guy. I miss. He cleans me up. No big deal. We do get a little more spotting here. Right there. We get 92 spotting or whatever. And that's the game, guys. Like, I already had the 3-mark at this point. When I crested this ridge, so I wasn't too concerned. But 2,455 damage, 2295 assist, and that's the game, guys. We're going to back out, take a look at the end plates really quick, and then I'm going to show you the 3-mark game. So here we go. This was a mastery. We got this spotting badge and also the high caliber. Again, here's the combined score: 2634, 2455. We did 13 module damage, 4 kills, man. And I'll actually show you the score after the second battle. So it looks like in 120 battles is when we marked this vehicle. 1580 experience, guys. Yeah, the 2 badges, 4 kills, 2455 damage. We're top by damage, top by experience. And what a brilliant game, man. Obviously, we were shooting a lot of APCRs. You got to do this if you're going to mark your vehicles, guys. Right? You got to run rations. You got to be willing to, you know, burn a lot of credits if you're going to go for 3 marks. But here's the combined score on this one, guys. Crazy game. We fired 35 shots, which is ridiculous. And we penned quite a bit of them as well. So there you go. There's the first game. I figured I would show you this one because it really helped push past that sticking point. And now I'm going to show you the 3-mark battle. And honestly, this one, as I recall, isn't even as good. But we're going to watch it and see what you guys think of it. But the first game was, in my opinion, even more important than actually the 3-mark game, because I was saying this in the stream, and I believe it might have been Highland Dirk that said, kind of not corrected me, but gave me the right way of saying it: pushing past the sticking point, guys. I'm telling you, it's always the case. You have to have a really, really good game to kind of get you past that one point where if you're stuck at like 94%, then you get up to like 94.8 or something from that one game, and it's much easier to 3-mark after that. Because if you keep having these consistent games where maybe you need 1600 combined and you're doing like 1650 every game, it's only going to go up like, I don't know, 0.1% each time. It's going to up, and then you're going to have one bad game and it's going to go back down again to like 0.5%. It's going to go down, right? So it's just very, very, very tricky to do this without getting a really good game to kind of shoot your way up, so you can then have maybe a couple of average games that might tick you down a little bit, and then you get that. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's difficult to explain, but you really have to have one of those really good games. At least that's always been the case for me. So I'm going to keep this as it is, actually. I know people like to see the names. Oh, like every time, man. There we go. Okay, it's working, this replay. Thank God. So we're going to be on Berlin here, and I was actually on Beetlebump's stream. I was watching him on my second monitor on his stream. I put in the chat, like, going for a 3-mark on Skoda. I'm really, really close, and you know, I like to jump into people's streams, man. Now that I stream, I like to kind of, you know, just show people some love, man, and jump into everyone's stream that I can if I have the time to do so, right? And just say hello. You know, it makes you feel really, really good when people get into your stream and just say a simple hello, right? So here we are, guys. We're sitting in this area on Berlin, and when I got Berlin, I'm like, dude, I don't like this map at all. It's tier 7 matchmaking, so that's not awful. It could be worse. We could be tier 8 matchmaking, but I'm trying my best, guys. I put like a bunch of blind shots into this area. I'm gonna kind of speed through this one as well. It gets a little boring here, but you can see me putting blind shots into this push, and I am desperate, guys. I am desperate to get the 3 mark on this vehicle because I know I can do it. I just want to get it in the fastest way possible, right? You just want, once you play a vehicle so much to the point where you get that close to 3 marking it, you just want to be done. You want to 3 mark it and you want to be done with it so that the next time you play it, you can enjoy yourself, right? But you can see me here just trying to throw shots into these bushes, maybe hit the T25, maybe hit the M6. And look at these shots on the T43, man. I missed like every single one of these shots, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. And I was being very negative, guys, telling myself like I'm not gonna get it. And look at all these shots, man. They're just going everywhere, dude. And they nerfed this thing a bit, and I'd like to think that that's why I'm not hitting these shots, because they did take away some accuracy from this vehicle to make it a little more balanced. The thing is very powerful, man. So auto aim that, and ricochets off the top, and I'm like, dude, this is just gonna, the game is gonna hate me now, and I'm not going to get it. But things eventually turned around, guys, and by the way, we don't get any blind damage this game. I'll double check that in the M plates, but I'm pretty sure we got no blind damage, even though we put about 3 or 4 clips into the bushes. And this is what I mean about me blind firing. Like, I swear to you, man, everyone can always hit me when they blind fire, but whenever I try and blind fire other people, like, look, M6 is still full HP, I can never hit anybody, dude. So, getting 1 into the M6 there, and we're at 220 damage. There's, you know, we're almost 4 minutes into the game, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not liking it. But then A43 appears right in front of me, and that's an easy 300 some damage right there. So we're building it up, guys. We're trying to get there. I'm telling you, there's no, I was thinking there is no way I'm getting the 3rd mark in this game with the way it's going. Like, look at these shots into the M6. Everything's just missing. Everything's just bouncing. I'm like, RNG is a bitch, and I'm not going to get this, man. But I feel like it's important for me to emphasize my negativity in this game, guys, because you never know. Like, at the very end of the game, you could do 1,000 damage, you could rack someone. Keep your spirits high. I'm telling you, you just never know what can happen. You know, 1 rack for 1,000 damage, and you get the mark. So, but yeah, man, I put so many blind shots into these bushes, guys, and the fact that I didn't hit anything was crazy. It was crazy to me. But we're getting lit here probably by the Skoda, and something I want to note here, guys. Let me wait until the Skoda gets lit again. Okay, I want to go on the free camera and just show you guys something that I learned, and you might not know this, but there's a bush here, right? Obviously, we know how this works, and I can stay relatively hidden. The Skoda doesn't have great concealment, but this is a 50% bush, no doubt about it, for concealment. So it's very unlikely that unless I'm firing, that, you know, this guy will spot me. But I want to show you guys something. If you sit right here, okay? If you sit right here, there's actually a window. Right? It's hard for me to show you without going like literally into this guy's gun, but there's a window right here, if you can still see my tank, where you could shoot people from this area through this window, and then like this, right? Like right through this window, and you could hit someone in this area. I never knew this until I took this position with, it might have been Skoda or STRV-74 or something like that. I took this position and I was actually able to hit shots through this window. Like, isn't that crazy, guys? Look at that. And you could see where my tank is there, unless you're watching like on your phone or something. But look at that. Like, that angle is just wild to me. That you can make that shot, but you can hit people in this area. I believe when I was over there in the STRV or whatever it was, guys, I was able to hit someone like twice through that window. And STRV is very accurate, so I believe it was the STRV. And then we hit him through that same window, guys. So we did it the opposite way. We hit him like this, going like this, we actually hit him through this window. It's possible it might have even been like just around this corner, but I don't think the angle is right. Pretty sure it was through the window, and I just had this game like last night, so I kind of remember the shot. And yeah, if you already knew that, maybe a little bit of a waste of time, but I like to show you guys these little things. Like there's sometimes you can find these little areas, man, where you can hit people through these crevices and stuff, right guys? And very important to mention, so if you are ever in this area, keep that in mind. I think it's more popular to be shooting where he's shooting into me, because everyone sits here, right? But not everyone is going to go to where he is, if that makes sense. So something to keep in mind, guys. Take a look at that, try it out for yourselves, and let me know if you've ever done it yourself, or let me know how it works for you. But yeah, so would have been easier for me to show you the shot that I took in the actual camera, so you could see the angle there, but we're already past it. I've showed you the angle, guys. You know, I want you to kind of also experiment yourself and find that little pocket, but I guarantee that you will hit someone there at some point. Like you will, man. It's a cool little sniping shot that you can make, right? And very satisfying when you hit it. So we're gonna YOLO this dude at this point. I see the M6s over here. Luckily I was able to spot the Skoda and someone else got the shot to him, so I didn't have to really worry about getting hit 3 times by him. And M6 is here. We're now going to come up and hit the M6. He's here, putting 1 into him, putting 2 into him, cleaning him up, and 892 damage, 466 assist, guys. We're trying our best. We're going to get there. We're going to do it. We're still moving up. Here's T25. Watch this shot. Misses. Or someone else cleans him up. I'm like, it's just, this is the way it was going, guys. I'm telling you, like, it's just, I'm like, dude, I just need a little more damage. So I'm YOLO in, right? I YOLO in, guys, and I see the Super Hellcat, and I'm like, I'm just going to take a shot. Like, at this point, I'm full HP. This guy knows I'm coming. I'm just going to take these shots. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep moving. I take a shot from the Scorpion. I'm like, dude, I don't even care. Like, I just need to get the mark. And we're very, very close. If not, I think we might have actually had it at this point, guys. But in any case, just to make sure, and just in case this is off by just a hair, right? I'm going to YOLO after the 12T. So YOLO after the 12T, right? He flips on his side, and this is where RNG changes and just gives me this free damage, right, guys? So we get the extra, like, 120 damage or whatever the heck it is. 114 on the 12T. And that's going to be the game, guys. 1325 damage, 593 assist. 3 KW and 8. I mean, we got the mark, whatever. Game was not looking good. Game looked better. Game got me the 3 mark, and game is good. So GG, man, and let's take a look at the end plates, guys. So we'll keep this open. I'll get a thumbnail, and here we go, guys. So we got the 3 mark here. It was just a second-class game. 1325 damage, 622 assist, and we are second by experience. It looks like 3rd or 4th by damage up here, and their Skoda T25 had a good game as well, man. I mean, he was pretty high up here by damage. I think it looks like he was second by damage and top by experience. So this tank is still powerful, man. Like, they did nerf it, but it's still a very powerful tank. This was months ago, guys. They nerfed a lot of vehicles in that patch. It was like STRV 74, Skoda, BUGI. I remember they nerfed a lot of vehicles. But anyway, guys, optics in the mobility slot, or sorry, vents in the mobility slot, optics, improved rotation mechanism, vent purge, rations, and here's my crew. You know, pretty standard, guys, not anything crazy here. Like, I run pretty much the same crew skills on everything, and you can see over here, like, the concealment's kind of hidden, and I think we are at about 450 view range, but look at the gun, man. Like, the aiming time's good, dispersion is good, and the DPM is actually good considering that this thing is a 3-round clip. Like, you can really dish out a lot of damage in this vehicle if you have the time to do it right. Like, this clip is still very powerful, man. So I don't think they nerfed it, you know, to any kind of excessive amount, right? It still has good gun impression as well. I don't think they would ever change that. -10 is fine. And yeah, man, I mean, I would highly recommend that you guys try out this vehicle because even with the nerf, it's still a very, very fun tank to play, even for someone who is not that good at the game. But I would say that this tank would be even more powerful in the hands of someone who kind of understands maps and stuff like that, because the tank doesn't have reliable armor by any means. Like, you will get penned everywhere in this vehicle. So that's one thing to note, guys. We averaged 1,248 damage and a 54% win rate over 120 battles, and that's when we got the mark, guys, at 120 battles. And obviously, if we didn't already have the mastery in this thing, we got that last game, and that's it, guys. This video has been long enough. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something, and take care. I'll catch you for the next one. Bye-bye now.